Tashira Simmons.
Tashira Simmons.
And hopefully our conversation will live up to the hype.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining me another amazing week at Freedom of Truth. Yay! I always like to do that. I'm super excited because I'm in a place right now where you guys are in for a treat. I wish you could be here to smell how it smells in here. It smells so good. But I'm at my favorite vegan restaurant. It's literally around the corner from my house. But before I start though, guys, in case I forget in the end, you guys have to subscribe to freedomoftruth.org and download my app and my podcast. You gotta subscribe just to continue to follow me on this journey. But today, I am with my girl. She's a boss bitch. I don't usually like to curse, guys, but she's a boss bitch. Humble. She owns the amazing, her and her partner own 2 amazing vegan restaurants. And I mean, every time I come in here, it's always just full of love. It feels like I'm in my mama's kitchen. That's the vibes that you get when you come here. It's ridiculously clean, and you can see her and her assistants just preparing just nothing but dishes of love. That's literally, it smells so good. Like, you can smell each ingredients or whatever that she's using in it. Like, you smell it. And she's always, no matter if it's a line, she always treats everyone with so much like love and respect. And it just kept me coming back. And then next thing you know, me and her are just, she's always having some great words for me, and it just makes me feel so comfortable. Just, you know, because everything we eat, we want to know about. And she's always just so pleasurable in telling me. So now I feel like she's my girlfriend. She's one of those girlfriends that we're just so busy, but she's here. You know what I mean? Like, you're just here, so I know where I could find her at any time before 6 o'clock, though. But without further ado, I don't want to talk a lot, guys, because I can go. I want to introduce you to my girlfriend and business owner of Skinny Buddha, Elyce.
Thank you.
Oh my God. So Elyce, I don't know where to start. I know you heard everything that I said. It was from the heart.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was so ecstatic when you took the offer and letting me interview you, because I just feel like, I know that the food out here is horrible. The food industry is the worst right now. So I know all the guests are dying to hear about, the journey on how you became, how did Skinny Buddha even start? I know you said it was 6 years, but at least.
I started, probably about 25 years ago, 22 years ago, something like that. I went to traditional cooking school. And I always loved food, but I went the regular school route, whatever, but it just didn't feel right to me. I was working in business, I hated it. So I decided I had to follow my heart, and I went to cook school at night. And once I got into the food business, there was no looking back. But I didn't start with organic, healthy food. I was classically trained, classic French cuisine. And then slowly over a number of years, different jobs, I started actually cooking. When I lived in the city, I was reverse commuting up here to Chappaqua, and I was a personal chef for a family in Chappaqua.
Oh, wow.
And they had all different dietary restrictions. Like the husband really didn't want to eat my food. He wanted like bologna sandwiches. But one of the girls was a vegetarian. And this was 21 years ago, because my son, I was pregnant with my son when I did it, and he just turned 21. So it was before like vegetarian and vegan was popular. So I kind of had to figure out like how to
What
make
to-
good,
yeah.
interesting food for her. And then the other daughter wasn't a vegetarian, and then the mom wasn't a vegetarian, and so I was cooking all these different meals for all these different like dietary requirements, like who liked what. And so that was my first education with that. And also when I was in cooking school, I became vegetarian because I got kind of like grossed out with butchering, and I got really turned off, and
Just
I
seeing.
didn't eat meat for years.
Really?
So that was like my first experience
Which is a
with
big
it.
experience, I feel.
Right. And then after I had kids, and my first child had like some health issues, so I started reading and learning and how to help him with his issues using alternative means rather than medication, and using diet.
Did that work?
And sometimes it did. Sometimes it was definitely like a trial and error kind of thing. I mean, there were some things that he still needed to be on traditional medicine for, but I was determined to like get him off it as fast as possible.
That was
So it just did a lot of reading and a lot of research, and then I started taking classes in the city at the Natural Gourmet, and I learned about like how foods can turn genes on and off for cancer, and like all different kinds of things, and it kind of opened up my mind. I was like, wow, okay, I know food, and now I'm learning that food can actually not
Use
just
it for
like it's not just to be comfort and energy and all that, but it can also be healing. So I started learning more and more and more, and became more fascinated with that type of cooking, and then that was just it. Like I went in
took
that
you to
direction.
a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And did you start feeling better?
Oh, totally. Like my energy. But I was vegetarian for a chunk. For my first 2 pregnancies, I was vegetarian. Then with my third, I ate meat. I was like having
How did
dreams.
you feel? Like, was
I was having dreams about eating meat, and I felt like, and my first 2 babies were very difficult, so I was like, and the doctors tell you it was because you didn't eat meat when you were pregnant. They brainwash you.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, for this one. So that's probably why I was dreaming about it, because the doctors like put it in your head.
Wow.
And so then I went back to eating meat for a number of years, and then again I went
Did you feel
vegetarian
the difference
first.
when you started eating the meat?
Yeah, I never felt as good, but I have to say, I've never felt as good as since I've become vegan. Like that's a whole nother level even than vegetarian, because I was still eating a ton of animal products. I was still eating a ton of yogurt and cheese and all of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So once I got rid of all of it, new
just
ball
a
game.
whole new person.
New ball game, yeah.
And that's what I want the listeners to try to really listen closely and understand. I mean, just from someone, because I know a lot of people, they ask me like, how can you not do that? How do you feel? Like what, they don't want to change, and I was that ignorant person that, even when my son started going on a journey, it was just like, is it really that serious? And yeah, coming from someone who actually ate meat and, has done the research, and that's why you've changed, and that's what people need to understand. Do the research. Don't listen to us. Do the research.
Do the research and use yourself as the experiment. Like, just try it for a month. Just a month, and see how you feel.
Yep.
Like you need to be your own guinea pig. Because
Yep.
everybody's different, and until you feel and see the changes, and maybe be able to get off your medication or whatever it is, that's,
you owe yourself that.
That's the big thing.
You owe yourself that, and that's how that's why I did it for myself too, and that's why this interview was so important, because I'm always trying to, because I'm not where you are. I haven't. I mean, and the reason why I say that I don't do any dairy products, but I do shrimp every once in a while when I'm with my 3 other children that's still, eating whatever they want to eat. But I know how the more I stopped the dairy, I started really feeling different in my body. So now even like the shrimp or whatever, and when it goes in my body, it just doesn't feel good. And because I'm my own guinea pig. Because after a while, it's like you kind of tell yourself, like, I can do it. Doesn't really make a real impact, but it really does.
It does. And I want people to know too, like so my partner had a little bit different journey than I did, but he also had some health stuff in his family, and he started doing research about food and how food can cause disease and can heal, and that was how and why we created Skinny Buddha. Like, we both felt really, really strongly first about being organic. Like, that was our first thing. We 100% organic from the get-go, and we had the gym and we had the food, and the beginning of the business was combining the two, because we were all about like creating this healthy lifestyle, and that's where like Skinny Buddha, the name, comes in, and it's, you know, there's different components to our health. It's, you know, and we wanted to stress the importance of, you know, the need for all of those components. Like, you know, some people are just good about the food, some people are just good about working out, some people are just good about the mindfulness, but it's hard to really combine all of those three, and we wanted to create this like haven for people where they could really put the three together to create this lifestyle. And we had a gym for 5 years that we combined the food and fitness. So we would
I think I met you when you still was doing that.
Yeah, so we would train people, and then we would give them their food.
Wow.
But the food, people like were wanting more and more food even outside of the gym, and they wanted food for their families, and they wanted food for catering, and the food kind of just took off.
Stood out,
and
yeah.
we just realized that, you know, and everybody always says like it's 80% diet and 20% fitness, and we really believe that. Like, you can't fix your health with fitness.
No.
Fitness is an important component, but really it boils down to the food. And we are really passionate about helping people get healthy, and at the core of that is eating good food. And we really believe that a vegan diet is the best way to, you know, get rid of any existing health product. I mean, you can't cure everything, obviously, but I mean, the data is there. Like, 2 weeks on a vegan diet, people are off their meds. People are, you know, throwing their canes in the garbage. I mean, it's crazy what you can accomplish. Yeah, I mean.
And you know that for like.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to the president of the American College of Cardiology, he's done all these crazy studies. He's vegan, and he's gotten all these cardiologists to become vegan because, I mean, you can actually reverse the cholesterol in your arteries. You can, I mean, it's crazy the studies they've done. So, and I mean, this is on humans. We're not talking about testing on like animals. We're talking about like the real result in human beings. And I mean, you know, and then that goes into like, I mean, besides even like saving the planet and everything. I mean, it's so layered.
It's so deep.
And there's, the thing is, like, there's no harm in it. So why not try? Like, there's so many delicious, wonderful things that you can nurture and nourish yourself with without having to eat an animal.
Yep. And that's 100%. Like, that's truth. Facts.
Like, I just feel like we've been so brainwashed. Just brainwashed, you know, by the government, by big business, to think that we have to eat this. Like, you know, when's the last time you've heard of someone with a protein deficiency? It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's really craziness that we've just been, you know, spoon-fed this for so long. And, I mean, I just got my blood work done. And my partner did too, because we were like, okay, we've been vegan for a couple of years now, you know. Perfect. The only thing that we had a little deficiency in like vitamin D, which is sun-related. It's not coming from meat, you know? Like, perfect. Every
time, and this is what I wanted, just like with you, I want to underline that. Every time I go to get my blood work, my blood pressure, everything, the doctor looks at me and says, you have a blood pressure of like a little kid. Right? Yeah. And I'm like, and they're like, what are you doing? I was just like, my diet. Because it's the diet. And then I always say it's stress-free, like I try not to. But that all comes from the food. Like, we're not eating wild animals that's been killed or just mistreated. We're eating of the land, like, you know, the greens, and we're not doing dairy, eating eggs, that chicken. I mean, I hate I'm just being so truthful. Like, why are we so conditioned in our minds to eat all the wrong things, and then the right things we like frown upon? Like, that just doesn't make any sense.
There has to be a shift, like a shift in the mentality and I mean, it boils down to education, and that's really what we're trying to do here too. Is I feel like we were kind of like a little incubator here, where we started out using grass-fed organic animal products. I used to make a curry chicken salad. I used to make grass-fed beef meatballs, but then I was like, I don't want to.
So
even
you would
if
do
even
that, but
if
you
my
wouldn't eat it.
choice, right? Even
Got
if
you.
my choice is to not eat it, I was still making it because we
trying to be more
wanted
healthier.
to also make the place inviting to everybody. Where so there was something for everybody, and like maybe a meat eater would come in and they'd be like, oh, I'm gonna try that today, and then they taste it and they'd be like, wow, like that lentil salad's incredible. I don't need the chicken today. So it was kind of like a holding people's hand and educating them that there is another way, and that like eating healthy or eating vegan or eating organic doesn't have to be eating like sprouts and grass. Because that's what people, the image in a lot of people's brains. So to show them that it could be like really flavorful and really filling and satisfying,
look just like what you eat.
Yeah, and so little by little, I started making curry cauliflower salad. Got rid of the chicken, got rid of the egg mayo. Maybe we make cashew mayo. We use roasted cauliflower, and all of a sudden, people were coming in. They're like, "Oh, is there curry chicken salad?" I'm like, "No, but we have this curry cauliflower salad. Same recipe. You got to try it." Well, now the curry cauliflower salad sells just as much as the curry chicken salad, and nobody skipped a beat.
Wow.
Same thing with the frittata. Used to make an egg frittata with sauteed collards and caramelized onions and mushrooms, and it used to have egg and feta. Swapped it out, came up with frittata that's made with chickpea flour and nutritional yeast and almond milk and flax meal and all the same veggies, and we sell out every day.
Are you serious?
Yep.
You see that? And this is, and you know what? I believe that because this feels like a safe place to transition. Like seriously, like just when you come in here and you see everything, and I don't know, you just created such a trusting environment. Like I get why people, because I mean, I was kind of in my transition when I started coming here, because it's been at least, I feel like 2 years at least, and because I remember somebody being here saying, coming and getting the chicken salad, and they were telling me like curry chicken salad, they like, I gotta come get this every day. So at that time I wasn't eating meat, so I was just like, I can't even try that. But now to know that you've switched that up, and I mean, I've tried everything. When you what was that? It was something that you made. Like it was a Chinese dish.
General Tso's
the
cauliflower.
General Tso's cauliflower, guys, you have to try it. It tastes just like it would be General Tso's chicken. That was one of my favorites. So.
But that's the thing, like I don't want people to feel deprived. I don't want it like being, eating clean and eating healthy, it shouldn't be depriving. It's more, you're taking care of yourself. You're like, seriously, like you're loving yourself. And it can be, just as delicious, just as nutritious, just as, everything, satisfying, and at the end of the day, you just feel so much better. You remember how you used to feel when you'd eat General Tso's chicken?
I would be ready to hit the bed, like so heavy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it does stuff to your body that...
It does. It gives you the itis. No, no, we don't have the itis. Like, we're giving our bodies the nutrition that we need, and we still have all this amazing energy after.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell people. Like, a lot of people say to me, you look so good. You're always so hype. You're all upbeat. And I'm like, it's because of what I'm eating, what I'm putting into my body.
Yeah.
And it's a lifestyle.
I mean, neither you or I could work the way that we work.
Never.
If we weren't eating like this.
I'm telling you. I would always want to catch a nap.
Yeah,
I would always want to.
I mean, it's crazy. I think about it and I'm like, there's no way.
I'm telling you, it's no way. It's like you said, I would have to try that, especially with the kids. Like, she also, guys, has 3 children. One grown, the oldest is not even in college yet. Still,
the youngest isn't in college.
The youngest isn't, but the other 2 oldest are in college. She's running 2 restaurants. The other one in Scarsdale, it's a more sit-down restaurant environment.
It's like a cafe.
Oh, like a cafe. Well, how do you do it? run the two restaurants? Like how do you make it? How do you cook? You cook.
So everything's produced here.
Okay.
And all of the food is made in this kitchen.
So none of the food is made at the location in Scarsdale?
No, except for, so things are assembled there or prepared there, but the actual cooking gets done here because I want it to be all like quality control. I want to know, like, oversee everything and made by the same staff. And so, you know, you go to Scarsdale or you come to Mount Kisco and it's going to taste exactly the same. There's no difference.
That's big.
So, you know, down there we make the acai bowls and the smoothies and the burgers and the, I mean, we don't make the patties get made here and we send them down, but like we assemble the burgers down there and avocado toast.
So everybody can get the same kind of feel that they do here, where they see it being prepared.
Exactly. But the actual like nitty gritty cooking is all done here. There's no real commercial kitchen down there.
Okay. And that's why you call it a cafe.
Right. So this is the kitchen, and that's the cafe.
That's the cafe. That's dope.
Yeah.
I know you kind of said what Skinny Buddha meant, but guys, it's like a Buddha. She actually has a Buddha, and kind of like in a praying looking like sex.
It's tree pose. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, where did that come from? Did that like kind of you want your food to reflect like just peace and. You know,
so it kind of goes back to the whole lifestyle, like from when we started with the gym. So the skinny is kind of a play on words, and the skinny can mean the information. So we want to dispense information through our business and through our relationships with our customers and our clients, and kind of help people to learn about like the best way to eat for their health, the best way to work out for their health, the best, you know, stuff to do for being mindful and to kind of live the Skinny Buddha lifestyle. And the Buddha is, you know, it represents peace and also just this, you know, this very mindful lifestyle. You know, like not eating just to eat, to like fill a void or because you're starving and then you eat the wrong things and you keep eating because your body's not satisfied, as opposed to eating something mindfully that's giving you the nutrition that your body needs, and then you're satisfied. So it's kind of just like the whole education
package and all in one, and that's the Skinny Buddha. Like it all means something.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I love. I really want everybody to, when they listen to this interview and everything that's coming out your mouth of wisdom about what you're, you know, selling and feeding people, is that give yourself a chance. Like give yourself, like you own that to yourself to try to eat more healthier. Like you said, give yourself a month. I know, for me, I know when my son first told me when he was telling me about how important it is to eat, I just dibbled and dabbled. But the more I felt my body changing and like you literally feel the difference, I wanted to do more, and it is a lifestyle. So that was so like key for me when you said it's a lifestyle, because it is, but it's a lifestyle that you can really learn to grow into, and it's the best lifestyle you can ever pick up, because you can start teaching your children, your friends. This is what I'm doing. I'm like literally walking around in my snaps telling people how to prepare it, because I'm so excited about this new thing that I've picked up, this new lifestyle that really is changing my life, the way I think. I feel like what we put in our body has a lot to do with our mindset.
100%.
Right, and how we think.
That's been proven through science. Yeah, totally.
See, and my first guinea pig.
You can they've proven you can reverse Alzheimer's. I mean, like major stuff. Very connected to the brain. The gut brain and the mind brain are totally connected. And yeah, I mean, there's like a whole philosophy and science wrapped around that too. Yeah, it's crazy.
Like we are what we eat. Like that's a true statement. Like if you're putting in a whole bunch of negativity and blood and just, I'm sorry guys to be so gory, but it's true. But what kind of results do you think you're gonna get? And I read up a lot on. They said something about a lot of times in this food industry now they'll get sick animals with tumors and all kind of things, and they'll just cut the tumor off and then give us, so we don't even know what we're eating. Like, come on guys, like, does this really make sense? Like, we have to really sit and think. Like,
but the thing is, most people just, they don't want to hear it. They like put on their, they're like la 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 la,
I
because they don't want to hear what you just said. They don't want to see the pictures of the pus coming out of, the infection, and that they're just sticking antibiotics in and then keeping it going on the assembly line. Like, people don't want to know, but you need to know, because we're killing ourselves.
Yeah.
We're literally killing ourselves. And the drug industry and the medical industry and the government, I hate to say it, but they are in the business of keeping us sick, because that's what makes them money.
Yeah.
So we have to be able to say, like, we got to stop it. We got to wake up. We got to say, like, nobody's taking care of us. We have to take care of ourselves and our children.
Yep.
And our planet.
Yep. We have to, because if we don't take a stand, it's just going to continue to trickle down on our children. Kids are dying, like, at a young age. They're getting cancers in their stomachs and different parts of their bodies that they're always saying, oh, it's rare. No, it's not rare. It's the stuff that
there's a reason for it. Yeah, but it's sickening.
Yeah, it's horrible. Okay, so for the listeners out there that's intrigued by a conversation and they know about the food industry, but they just don't know where to start, because a lot of things, what I hear is a lot of people say, oh, it's expensive to eat healthy. That's the one big one that I always used to hear, where I didn't even try. But what kind of advice would you give to someone that wants to do it but don't know where to start?
Well, I would say, definitely you can't go cold turkey. First of all, it would be kind of rough on your body. Like,
it's just like anything else.
Yeah, so I'd say, like, you got to take it slow. So maybe first cut out red meat. If you already don't eat red meat, then maybe you want to cut out poultry and just stick to seafood for a little while. And then, slowly, as you, maybe give yourself like a month of doing this, and then a month cut something else out, and then, and you're going to need to add in new things that maybe you're not, used to eating, like beans or, other kinds of legumes, and maybe nuts and seeds. And, so like if you usually eat a salad with grilled chicken, maybe you want to make a salad and throw in some walnuts and pumpkin seeds and, some black beans or something like that. So you got to take it slow. The other thing is, the thing about the expensive really upsets me. I 100% understand organic being expensive. Yes, believe me, I know, because our food cost is 3 times what a normal conventional restaurant's food cost is. 3 times. So that's something else that we try really, really, really hard to keep our prices at a point that we are not exclusionary, and we are not saying like only people that make a lot of money can eat here. We try to keep everything. I mean, I price out everything where I can get the cheapest this week, the cheapest this week. But our food cost is so high because everything's 100% organic. Mm-hmm. But I have to tell you that I had, from every economic, socioeconomic type of person comes in here. Mm-hmm. And so I feel very good about the fact that we keep the prices at a place where, I'm not going to say it's inexpensive, but it's affordable if you've chosen to make that choice. And it's a choice. You're going to have to give up other things maybe if you choose to eat this way, but it's a choice like anything else.
Yep.
And the vegan thing being expensive, I don't buy that, because meat is more expensive than vegetables and beans and rice. I mean, I don't understand where that came from. I mean, it's way less expensive to be vegan.
And it's full.
Like, what's the most expensive thing in the supermarket? It's chicken and beef and fish. Like,
exactly.
So where did that come from? It like blows my mind.
Yeah, it's like someone that was ignorant that just spread the word of that. Well, it's expensive, right? And I'm like, no, it really isn't.
You're cutting out the most expensive part of your food bill.
Exactly. Hello, what's most cheapest when you go shopping?
Yeah,
the vegetables and the rice
and the fruit
and the fruit.
I mean,
yeah, you save a lot of money actually, guys, when you shop vegan.
And I hate to say it, but if you're buying cheap meat, then that's a whole other story, and that's really
Who knows
scary.
where they got that animal?
Or what animal?
Oh, what animal you eating? Oh, let me tell you some stories. I think I done had some cat a few times. Yes, I used to eat out of a Chinese restaurant in Yonkers, like over 30 years ago though, because I was like really young. And I found out that they were serving nothing but cat and dogs out there. Yes, I had to been, I think I just had my first son, so I had to been like 21.
Oh my god.
I was so pissed off, and I was just like, yeah, so guys, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not ashamed. It's freedom of truth. I ate cat and dog.
Oh my god.
That should have changed it then,
Okay,
right?
I
I
have
should
a nightmare tonight.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. And that's why the pepper steak was always so rubbery. I'm telling you, like seriously.
Tashira, oh my god.
Seriously, no, yeah. I think about that time to time, and I'm like, that's why I'm so funny about now, like so when you say that, you just gave me a flashback. I got a little hot. It's like, oh my god, who knows where that animal's, yeah, because it's like, they know they could just feed us anything because they just season it up right and they just give us whatever.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, I just want everybody to come in here and, like, what you see is what you get. Completely transparent. You see where we're preparing the food. You see how we're preparing the food. You see the people that are making your food. You see how everybody cares about what's going into it. And
yeah, they put a lot. Your workers, your spirits, everyone it's a very pleasant atmosphere you have created here. I'm telling you. You're welcome. And what I want to say was, because I feel like now there's a lot of people waking up, not as bad as it used to be. I know you said you started your business 6 years ago. Do you see a difference in like more people trying to come in and eat, like business picking up, or
totally? And we've like doubled our business just in the last year, not even in from the time we opened, but way more interest. Even I mean, we definitely get a big vegan vegetarian crowd, but just there's like an interest, like, ooh, what do they have in there? Like, I want to try this, and people are more open-minded to try. I just heard something today that this on Google, like one of the biggest searched words in 2017 was vegan.
Wow.
So
it's gonna rise. Vegan.
I
Yay.
am really, really confident. I have a very strong feeling that this is where the world is headed, and I mean, I couldn't be happier. But I believe it. Like, it's not just wishful thinking. Like, I think
me too.
The trends are definitely pointing in that direction. People are way more aware and interested in knowing
and what they're putting in their bodies, and I think they're seeing all these diseases that just come. Like, there's just so many people are dying from cancer, and it's all coming from these different foods that they're eating. I think they're starting to be afraid. Like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna try this.
Well, and the other thing is the health, the healthcare in our country and the health insurance is so horrible now. Like, how we could live in one of, the wealthiest countries in the world and have such horrible health care. And it's like, we need to start taking our health into our own hands, because the government is not taking care of us, and the healthcare industry is not taking care of us. So we have to take care of ourselves. And it's we gotta, like, take a little responsibility.
And start educating ourselves and start just doing something different. Change is very important. Like, just staying in that box of whatever you were raised on, like, that's not the move anymore. Like, come on guys, change our mindsets. Like, let's try to just at least visit it and see, like, does this work or does it not?
And the thing is too, like, when during the Industrial Revolution, and when all of the processed foods became popular and became a thing, like, at the time we didn't have the education and the knowledge that we have now. So, like, we needed to have shelf stable food because it wasn't readily available, and people couldn't get to the stores, and people needed a way to get cheap I can't even call it nutrition. They thought it was nutrition, but it was created out of a need that doesn't exist anymore, and they didn't have the knowledge to know that what they were creating was really deadly. I don't believe that they did at that time. And then, because of capitalism and big industry. So all these big companies grew out of this mass marketing food production that could sit on a shelf for 10 years and not rot, and they don't want to give that up.
That's crazy.
But
like 10 years
it's not food.
Yeah,
it's chemicals.
It's chemicals
and
that's
we
keeping
shouldn't be putting it in our
bodies. And it's just like, I thought it would be common sense, but I am learning every day that common sense is not common. Yo, what's up with that? Like, I'm just like, the more I learn, right? Common sense isn't. It's every day I'm learning that common sense isn't common. Because do you ever I don't know, I know you're always really busy, but do you ever come across friends or just somebody that you're like that you're telling them about your diet and they kind of make you feel uncomfortable, like
totally.
You think you're better than them, or
even just people are like completely clueless. Like, I can't believe that in today's day and age people just don't know like the very basic things about nutrition, like basic stuff. And I'm not like saying it like in a critical, judgmental way. To me it's just sad that we're not educating our society in what's really important. Because what's more important than taking care of yourself and your children? We have to start with the kids. We have to start in school.
I know, we have to.
And even the doctors. Like, I've heard that nutrition is like a 1-day class in medical school.
What?
So the doctors are telling you what to eat, but they don't really. They're not educated in what to eat.
That's another thing I started noticing. Like when I went to the doctor with my daughter, the things that they told my daughter. First of all, milk is not good for you. That causes so much mucus in your body, which ultimately turns into cancer. Mucus, guys. So when my daughter went for bronchitis, and the doctor told us that, she needs to drink more milk, and all of this stuff that he was saying that was like, it pissed me off, but I was trying to stay respectful. And I said, milk causes a lot of mucus, and that's what's going to clog the lungs. Well, if you do it in moderation, and you could tell that he didn't like that I challenged him. And I was just like, and that's how I started to learn and wanted to be more, take care of myself. Because trust me, I was that ignorant person that I was like, what's broke, don't fix, if it's broke, don't fix it. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And no, that's not true. Like,
because we are broke.
Fix it. I'm broke. I need to get fixed. Seriously.
But the thing is, too, it's like you almost can't even be angry with the doctor because it's the education system.
They're eating the same way.
Yeah, and they don't know. They're not doing it out of a maliciousness or obviously the doctors want to heal people, but they just don't have the right tools and education. I do think that it's changing now, and medical school might be a little bit different now, and there's a lot of doctors that are getting on board with being vegan and eating a clean diet and eating organic, but it's a process.
And that's all it really is eating a clean diet. That's what vegan means, taking care of ourselves, wanting to live longer. I mean, we're only here for a quick second. You know what I'm saying? Compared to, it's like all we're given is maybe 100 years on this planet. Maybe. But I heard back in the day, long time ago, they lived longer than that because they were eating, they had a clean diet.
And my thing is, I don't even care how many years I'm here, but I want to feel good for as long as I'm here.
Yep. And that's how.
And to me, this is my insurance policy.
It is. It really is. And where I'm stressed out about is, and I don't know if you can relate, is I really want my kids to get this because I'm never really sick. I'm always feeling good. How am I 46 years old and we're on vacation and they can't even get out of bed? They're sluggish and they're, you know what I mean? And I just see that there's, their bones sometimes are aching or they're just complaining and they're getting common colds all the time. And I'm just like, I constantly beat myself because I'm trying, but maybe I'm not trying hard enough.
You set by example, and then they come to it on their own. I believe that, because if you force it, nobody wants to be forced into me. Yeah, and then mom's crazy and blah blah blah. So you just keep doing the right thing, and they keep seeing, and then.
And I see two of mine's, kind of wanting to go in that, on my track, on me and their brother's track, but one of them is hard-headed. He's like, Mom, I eat chicken and meat and steak for the rest of my life. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I have one like that too, but I'm convinced that it will change at some point.
Yeah, especially I could imagine what your house is like. Do you cook at home?
Honestly, no, not really.
So what do? You take stuff
Yeah,
from
I cook
the
here for but now I only have one kid home anyway, and she likes to cook for herself, honestly. She makes her own dinner a lot, but I just bring home food from here. Like, she eats our kale salad every single day for lunch.
The kale salad with the cranberry in it?
Yeah.
That is my absolute favorite. I never thought I could love kale like that.
It's our bestseller, and every day I'm like, can I bring you home something else for lunch for tomorrow? No, Mom, I just want the kale salad.
I'm telling
every day.
I'm telling you guys, everything that you make here is delicious.
Oh,
and you know what I love? Okay, there was
you didn't
something
taste your
else.
frittata.
I know, I have to taste so because I have a couple of delicious things that's in front of me, guys. But and one of it I never taste. Well, both of them I never taste. She's letting me taste a couple of things that I've never tasted, but I remember, like, every time, like, you're so excited about everything that you make. Like, you really put your heart and soul in your stuff. Like, I remember I came one day and, like, with the general cauliflower. Like, what I like about what she does, which I know a lot of vegans do, but, like, you literally really try to take things out the world that's really popular, and you turn it into vegan, and you win. Like, you win. Like, you get the taste. And I remember that time when I came, and she ran out of the store while I was getting in my car and said, taste this, because I'm like her biggest burger fan here. And it was air fried. Like, she's always trying to make it more healthier. There was sweet potato air fries. And I was like, how's that even possible? She said that she got a certain kind of machine, the air machine, right?
Yeah, they're not on the menu yet, though.
Oh, they're not on the menu yet, guys, but she's working towards it. She also told me about sorrel, that I don't know, maybe a lot of West Indian people know about that, but she's making, like, Jamaican sorrel. For the season, she said she's going to make some vegan eggnog. Eggless nog. Like, come on. Like, you know how dying I am? I'm checking my email every day and her page to see, like, when she's coming out, because she's always giving me the feelers. But I'm always like, okay, Elyce is it here? Like, not yet though. But I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna make sure that I constantly follow, because I'm in here every day, guys. It's like my second home. Like, I don't even think about the money I spend here. Like, seriously, because I know that it's the one thing that I'm doing good for myself, and it's what I'm putting into my body. And I just wish people would think like that. We're worth it. Like, we're worth that extra dollar. So you'd rather put that extra $2-3 in something that's going to be no benefits to yourself, to your soul, to your body, and put junk in your body that you don't know how the animal was cooked or what happened.
Or what animal it was.
Yeah, right. Exactly, right. What animal it was. It just doesn't make any sense. But, guys, so I am so excited to taste this frittata. Right, it's so good. She told me it looks so good, guys. It looks kind of like meatloaf, right? What do you think?
It's supposed to look like egg.
It's supposed to look like egg.
Yeah, normal frittata is made with egg.
Oh, normal frittata is made with egg. So just so you guys know, I've never heard of frittata. My son's eyes almost jumped out his head when I told him. My son is a true foodie. I thought I was, but I'm getting ready to try it, guys. So, Okay. I'm being so honest right now. It's so tasty. It tastes like it tastes like my cousin makes the best stuffing for Thanksgiving, and it tastes like that, like, because you can taste the onion. Do you put onions in here?
Caramelized onions.
See what I mean? Like, everything that you make you taste I don't know how you do that. It's like a perfect blend of onions, and a whole bunch of good stuff. It's so good, Xavier. You gotta try it. I know it's in the microwave, but I'm sorry. So wait, this is so good. I might just eat it all right here. Like, this is
You
dumb
gotta
good,
save
though.
for your Death by Chocolate too.
No, okay, so all right, yeah, because I can always eat this. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta take another big one though. It's so good, Elyce. I'm telling you, this girl rocks. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I'm not just like, just trying to gas it. Like, it's nothing like having good food that tastes good, that you know is good for you. Like, you guys have to take a trip. If you can't come to Bedford, because we're in Bedford, Mount Kisco. If you can't make it to Mount Kisco's, where it's the actual home, so you got to come visit, you got to make it to Scarsdale. You got to make it to Scarsdale. And, oh,
We're
man.
right at the train station. Like,
You're right at the
train
train.
station.
Yep, soon as you get off the Metro North, Mount Kisco.
No, Scarsdale.
Oh, Scarsdale. You're talking
Yeah,
about Scarsdale.
like
I'm sorry.
we're literally like
You're talking about
5
that one.
steps from the train station.
So they're literally 5 steps from the Scarsdale station. So good. I'm sorry. I don't even care. It's so good though. Now it's my new one. I'm gonna come in. Every time she's like, "Did you try this?" I'm like, "It's gonna be my new." Like I'm not exaggerating. Like, I crave for your food here. Like, seriously. Like, oh no, let's not talk about the chocolate chip cookie. I'm not even sharing the chocolate chip cookie with my kids or nobody. Like, unless I have
Your
two.
dad.
Oh yeah, my dad. One time I felt like I was a little girl again. My dad was like, because he's a big sweet fiend, and he was like, "Oh, my daughter, can I get a piece of that?" I was like, "I'm going to buy you one, Dad." And he was like, "Okay." No, the food, oh my God, guys. So, okay. I'm going to come back to that. Damn, I should have said. Is there any left that I could buy before I leave? I know. I'm putting that in the oven tonight, seriously. Yeah. That's really tasty though. I could eat that with that's another thing, guys. Like when Elyce so good, exactly. I have my vegan son in here that is drooling at the mouth right now because he is the official vegan, guys. He is the I have no idea. So this is Death by Chocolate. This is what this is.
It's an acai bowl.
It's a acai bowl, but the name of it is Death by Chocolate, guys. I mean, come on, guys. You don't even gotta be a chocolate lover. Like, look, this is peanut. So yeah, so Elyce, what's in here?
So the base is made with acai, banana, cacao, and chocolate chips, and the topping is chocolate chips, our chocolate chip cookie crumble, and our homemade gluten-free granola. Oh, everything's gluten-free too, vegan and gluten-free.
Oh my God. So guys, just in case you don't know what an acai is, it's a fruit, a superfruit, right?
Acai is it's a superfruit.
It's a
It grows near the Amazon, and we get it here in frozen form, but no added sugar. It's just the pure fruit puree.
Pure. And it's I heard, I mean, just Google it, look it up. I heard that fruit is a real
it's really high in like antioxidants and lots of vitamins and minerals.
A lot of vitamins and minerals. See, so
very low sugar.
So how creative did she get with this? I mean, she filled the whole bottom with this fruit, and then she got chocolate chips, bananas, and now then is the chocolate chip cookie. She's wrong for that. And the chocolate chips, which I really shouldn't be eating because my face may break out, but I really don't care. See, this is what good food do to you. You just eat it. You just eat it all. But this is my second home every day. This is my girl Elyce. See, this is what happens when good energies attract too, because she's totally about her business. She's a very nice woman, but you could tell like she's a little tough, like she's a little toughy underneath. I'm telling you, don't mess with her. There's no in between. Like, I haven't yet to meet that side, but I could tell. No one runs 2 successful stores without being a badass, okay? So that's what I love about her anyway. And she's so humble though. You could tell. And for me, and I know for you guys too, I don't want to like talk too much because I just got to going. But I just want people to really, appreciate this episode because it's just going to be one of many. I feel like to be totally successful as a human being, you have to, besides getting the good wisdom and be around good people, you have to eat right because it all starts within. And it's nothing like putting in the right foods. I was telling a friend of mine the other day, because she asked me why didn't I eat bread, and I said, well, just regular bread. And I said, because do you know that bread has nothing to offer our body? It literally goes in our body and it stores itself because it has
to sugar.
Yep, and it turns into sugar because it has no nutrients. Our bodies are a living, breathing machine. And we need certain nutrients in our bodies to make us work the way we're supposed to. So if we're putting a lot of empty food in us, what do you think is going to come out of us?
It's like putting crappy gas in a good car. Like,
exactly.
you know, you want your engine to run well, you got to take care of it.
You got to take care of it. So Elyce, as you can hear on her journey, she has taken the time, did the research, and now produced 2 very successful restaurants. And it's like, it's not just restaurants that she's selling food out of. It's healthy. This is what we need, our boosters. You know what I mean? To be able to live and to thrive in the world. And that's what I feel like, I'm not a religious person. I'm very spiritual. So, and I use God. Everyone has their own way of, the own names of our Creator, and I call mine God. And I feel like He's put this all in front of us, right in front of us, so that way we can take advantage of it. But man has brainwashed all of us to think, and I guess to make money at the same time, to think that this other stuff is good for us. And we see the results every day, but we just, because our bodies are so resilient, we just continue to take the chances. But I'm here to tell you that eating healthy is everything. And as you heard Elyce say, eating healthy has changed her life. Who knows what's in the cards? Are you gonna I want to know where everybody could find you, but what is in the cards for you? Are you going to plan to open up another one, or these 2 are enough, or what, like?
I'm just kind of, I don't know, we're going with it.
With the
flow.
flow.
My business partner and I we've kind of just taken it one step at a time, and, it's kind of morphed into what it is now. We started out totally different with the gym and the meal plans, and now it's morphed into this. And I don't know, I kind of am just excited to see where it takes us, and I have no, I don't know, I don't really have any expectations.
You're living in a moment, like we talked about.
I really am just thoroughly enjoying, the whole process.
The whole process. You're enjoying the process. And that's what it's supposed to be about. And I've learned, just listening to you, it's just inspiring. And that's why everybody I have on the show, I want them on, I have them on because they inspire me in some way. And with you, you've inspired me through your food.
And you me.
Yeah, and look, we're inspiring each other. This is what life is about, though, just inspiring each other. And, you inspired me because I can't take fake people. I just really can't. You know that you take this seriously. You're putting your heart and soul just by, just by how you live through it. How you talk about it. It just like with me. For me, my passion is to help people and to give them soul food, which is their spiritual food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I can relate. Real recognize real, y'all. So she's serious about this food stuff, and that's why I've been so attracted, because she not only talking it, but she's walking it. And it's not just to make money, because I feel like if it was up to that, she's expressed, business really hasn't taken off and booming as much as it has in the past year, throughout the 6 years of her journey, of her staircase that she's been walking up. And it's only going to get bigger and better. Can you imagine, just because everybody's starting to be more aware of the food now, so it's people are going to be busting in through these doors. Y'all better get up on skateboard now. I'm telling you, because, I've seen it myself, the growth, though, in the past 2 years. I didn't even know you were here that long.
Now you got to place your order online.
I'm telling you, I have to place my order online, because when I'm coming here, it's a line, and I've seen that, and I'm just wow, people are getting more aware of eating healthy. This is what it's about. And, Is there anything else that you would like to just share with the world?
No, I mean, we just really want Skinny Buddha to be like, kind of like a landmark and like a safe haven for everybody, not just vegans, but people that just want to take care of their health. And, you know, it's not exclusionary in any way. It's, you know, we're very welcoming, and we're here to like help in whatever stage of your journey you're in. And, you know, I mean, I have people come in. I have one customer that I just got him to watch the movie What the Health, and he came back and he was like, okay, you did it. He's like, I think I'm going vegan. So he cut out like 90% of animal products, and he's like, I'm really good every day till like 7 p.m. and then I kind of fall off the wagon because like I throw an egg in my salad. He's like, you got to tell me, what can I do instead? And I'm like, so happy to like give him ideas and advice. And it's not about just buying our food. It's about like, I can tell you what to make that's easy, like in your kitchen too, you know, like, you know, just come in and talk and, you know, ask questions. And
that's because you're passionate. Like, you're not just talking it, you're walking it. And that's what I was saying. And like, she makes you feel so safe to transition like into veganism. Like what? Like, because, you know, a lot of times people are just like, they don't want to tell you. You're just like, well, try this. But you're like, no, I really want the best for you. Like, I want you to come into this world. Like, yeah.
Well, I want to feed everybody. I mean, my partner's always like, you can't keep giving the food away. Like, we got to pay the rent and keep the lights on, you know? But, like, I just,
love it so
and,
much.
you know, I'm like, here, taste it.
Yeah, she's always.
Like, I would feed everybody if I could.
I'm telling you. You can tell. And that's why she's always going to be blessed. And the business is going to continue to grow because you're giving back.
Yeah.
Regardless.
But it's a good thing I have my partner keeping us, like, you know, grounded too.
I know. You need that.
We definitely balance out. Yeah.
Really? See, that's good though. That's good because you still gotta
it's
keep
still
the
a
lights
business.
on, like you
Yeah.
said. Yeah.
Like, you know, I just wanna cook big pots of food and feed the world. But
but you still have to live and keep the lights on and continue to feed everybody. Keep coming up with new recipes. She's constantly every time I come in here, and you keep it fresh though and new and interesting. Like. And I'm telling you, that's something that really stands out. Like, every time I come in here, I'm looking in those cases to see what you've created new. I mean, and guys, she has aced the taste of something out there that's regular. I'm telling you, like, you've really, and it's
my meatballs. I love my vegan meatballs.
Let's not talk about her meatballs, guys. I ordered like 10 of them, or I've been coming in because I literally used her meatballs, which is made out of what? You said?
They're made with butternut squash and navy beans.
And she's somehow have aced that. And I chopped it up and used it as meat for Thanksgiving and made baked ziti. This is the stuff from you. I'm telling you, and just from watching you when I come in here and seeing how creative your mind goes, I literally made a pan of vegan ziti, y'all, out of her freaking meatballs.
You didn't bring me a taste though.
Well, guess what? That's terrible. And now I have to make her that. Well, it was in Jersey, and I don't even think because I went out to Jersey, so it was gone.
You're off the hook.
Yeah. Thank you, Elyce, but I'm definitely gonna make you some because I did it. It really, my son loved it. He took a deep pan of it. See, and that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you encourage us and the people, I'm sure other people that come here, to just want to be creative and do different things. You're showing us that we can do that.
That's like the best thing you could have said to me.
I'm telling you, and that's serious, at least, like, real talk. Like, you have encouraged me and inspired me to want to create different dishes by watching how creative you have been. Like, and I think people get stuck with that because people, that's the first thing they ask me: what do you eat for breakfast? What do you substitute? What do you this? And you have given me, like, for breakfast, if I'm not making like home fries or like vegan pancakes, I'm coming in here getting your acai bowls because it's just as filling, and her prices is worth it because I feel like even if it may be a couple of dollars more, it's the couple of dollars I would have spent on getting something that's not good.
Or like a coffee at Starbucks and
exactly.
You still need to eat.
Oh, wait, hold up. Let's talk about, she makes, what kind of lattes? Let's talk about your lattes.
My ginger latte.
She makes a ginger latte.
With ginger, turmeric, cinnamon. And then
because you have like substitutes like Starbucks coffees, but you have different
Oh yeah,
stuff,
well
right?
you can use, we only have non-dairy milk, so coconut milk or almond milk. We can do matcha latte. We can do regular. We have great organic coffee.
See,
And
that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
love
like,
my ginger latte, especially in the
I
winter.
loved it. Yep, I had it. She gave me. I gave me some. I came and got some, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, so this is a one-stop shop. Like, she's literally creating the things that we're addicted to out there in the world, and she's making it more healthier. Come on, like that's just amazing to me. Like how I gotta highlight that and magnify that. That's a change. Like, you know. And it starts off small voice, and it just starts getting big. And that's what I'm hoping and praying for Skinny Buddha, that people are just like pouring out of your doors where you're just like, okay, I might have to just get a bigger space. And no, I don't know. Right? Or just people like, I don't know, like just giving some kind of classes. But I mean, just, I don't know. Who knows? Like you said, I'm going to continue to follow her journey. But so I have to like taste some of this. You guys don't see, but I went by the chocolate crumbled chocolate chip part because it's my favorite. Yum, yum, yum.
Is that your new one?
This is so good. You know I'm not really supposed to be eating chocolate. I'm about to die by this chocolate. Death by chocolate. She wasn't lying when she said that. For you chocolate lovers, healthy, organic, death by chocolate. Yeah, I gotta come in here and get this. And where can everyone find you?
So we're on Facebook, Skinny Buddha Inc. Skinny Buddha Organic Cafe, rather, on Facebook. And on Instagram, Skinny Buddha Organic.
And you have a website?
Oh yeah, and my Skinny Buddha, M-Y, M as in Mary Y, skinnybuddha.com. And we have a free app on the iTunes store too that you can download and place your orders right on your phone and tell us what time you want it ready, and you just come in and grab it and go.
Yep, and you could even if you can make up your own stuff. Like for me, her burgers are my best, but I like my toast lightly toasted, so she has a box where it could say like, you know, what you want, and I put toasted lightly, and it always is. It's just like so personal. I'm telling you. And for the you listeners and you know visual viewers, if you're out of the country, send your family here. If they're looking for a vegan, I mean we're 40 minutes out from the city. And if you're in Westchester and White Plains area, it's only like a 20-minute ride, and it's so worth it. I'm not exaggerating. If you do visit Skinny Buddha, please leave me a comment on my page or on Elyce's page, Skinny Buddha, all the information that she gave you guys, because we're passionate about what we do here. Like, she really wants you guys to, you know, taste her food. Like, come in, like, you know, feel comfortable.
Say hi.
Say hi, yeah. Say, hey, I heard you wanted to share this podcast, Freedom of Truth. Like, so what do you have here? Like, please, like, and leave us comments, because it's definitely well worth it. It really is. But I think we're going to come to the closing, right? I mean, this hour flew by so fast, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to freedomoftruth.org. That's my website. Freedom of Truth on the podcast. The podcast symbol on any smartphone. And iTunes. iTunes. Freedom of Truth. Everything's Freedom of Truth, y'all. If you can't find Freedom of Truth, type it to Shira Simmons. And my Instagram is to Shira Simmons. My Facebook is Freedom of Truth. I think. No, it's got Freedom of Truth. And I think that's it. I think that is it. This was an amazing educational episode, and I hope it was for you guys too. Until next time, God bless, and I love you.